Okay, now we're going to get on to our fabric collage for our spine. What I've done is I've roughly measured, just eyeballed it basically, to see how big the spine is. And then I tore a piece of muslin into a strip about approximately the same size, a little bit smaller. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a bunch of pieces of fabrics and fibers, and I'm going to collage these onto that spine fabric piece. So Beacon's 3-in-1 craft glue works really good with fabric. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this down. I'll put that fabric down. I've got lots of different pieces, different kinds of fabrics here. Lay these down. These are scrap pieces from different projects I've had over the years. I usually keep most pieces of scraps because they can come in handy later. Just a little bit of glue down. Put your fabric pieces down. Just kind of alternate your different pieces and try tearing things. Get that real, messy, tattered, organic look to it. It goes quite well with the with this kind of a book. I've got pieces of lace. I've got pieces of creepy cloth from Halloween that was like, I found some tan one year that I just love using for. This is the tan creepy cloth. Usually it's in black or gray, but I'd love to find that stuff again because I'm almost out, and it makes some of the most wonderful texture in these things. So just going to keep going, keep adding. Sometimes when I go to make fabric strips, I'll tear them into strips and then I'll wash them in the washing machine, and you get all these cool little bits and fibers and stuff, and I always save those because they work great. And I always try to put those in. Put a little bit of your Beacon's craft glue in down, and then just lay it down. Push it into that glue. It doesn't have to be completely put down. Love this stuff. Just keep layering it up, play with it, see what you like. Keep adding your glue. Put a little bit more layers on. Put some white in there. This glue does a good job of really kind of blending into your fabrics when you're working with it. So it's some fun stuff to play with. Mix collage. Alright, so now we're going to move on to our tags. And the tags are really simple. It's basically the same collage technique we did for the pages before we put the pictures down. And I will demonstrate on one of these. So we're going to go back to our gel medium. And I'm just going to get a few different kinds of papers. One more different kind here. And we're just going to put our gel medium down, gloss medium, or matte medium, whatever you have. Any kind of gel medium will work. You can use Mod Podge. cover that real nice and good here. Bring this down. Just a quick collage. You don't have to spend a lot of time on this. Just get that down. Just a few pieces in the center is all you really need. So you can see that's where we've gotten to this point. I'm going to hit it with a heat gun to dry it a little bit. I'm an impatient crafter, so I have to have my heat gun ready too. And when I go to do these tags, I usually lay my tags out all on the table, and I'll go through each step all at the same time so that I'll have them all laid out next to each other. And I'll go through and I'll do all the collage on all of them, go through and dry them all, and then I'll go to the paint layer, which is basically the same thing we did with our pages. A little watered down paint. Go around the edges, put a little water on. Put a little bit more paint, the heavier paint on the edges. And if you got too much, you can always dab it off or wipe it away completely. Put a little bit heavier paint on the edges here. And you can do the same thing with your white paint. Go in and add a little bit of white paint, but that's up to you. You can do them however you want, but that's how I do my collage for my tags. And if I really want to, if I have one that I really want to do a lot of writing on, I'll really lighten up the background so you can just barely see it. But then the front is a little wider so that you can see the lettering when I write on the tag, as opposed to, you know, say this one where you can see a lot more of the stuff coming through. So if you want to hit that with a heat gun again and dry the paint. Done with this, I'm going to show you how to distress over acrylic paint, because acrylic paint does strange things. It reacts strangely with distress ink. It makes it, once it's dry, it makes it look really dull and not all that great. So what I've done to, let's try this real quick. Okay, the way I get past that so that I can use distress ink over my acrylic paints is you brush on a layer of your gel medium to seal the acrylic paint in. I've got a little bit too much, but that's okay because I needed some extra off to the side anyway. Alright, so now we're going to hit that one more time with the heat gun. now we have this barrier between the acrylic paint and the distress ink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the gel medium. I'm going to lay it on my craft mat. I'm going to put just the tiniest little bit, maybe one drop. That might even be too much. I don't know. We'll see. Of the distress ink, and I'm going to mix that up. And I'll get this really fun wash there. Now I can go over the edges of my tags with this distress ink to age it, and it won't turn that ugly, dull color. So as you can see, it's got some age around the edges, and it kind of looks, you know, antique-y and old, and kind of a fun painterly way. Now while I have this mixed up, I'm going to go back to my book, set that aside and let it dry. And I'm looking at my book and I'm seeing these bright blue strips where I painted that cover, and I'm really not caring too much for that bright blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get just a little bit of this on here, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to age that a little bit, just a little. And it's okay if you get some on your fibers. It'll kind of help it blend in with your book, just a little bit here and there. So just a little bit. Go back through, paint a little bit over those bright blue areas. Kind of age it up some so it matches your cover a little bit better. And you can do this with other colors as well. It doesn't have to be blue. Now I have not put the gel medium over this paint on the cover, so that it will turn this dull, it will react and turn that kind of a dull color. I don't like how bright the fabric collage is in comparison, so I'm also going to do that to this. I'm just going to go in there and add a little bit of this icky, not icky, but, you know, age it a little bit. And then I can rough it up. And so that matches a little bit better, I think. I can also do the same thing to my fibers on the front if I want to. Just give them a little bit of, a little touch of age here and there by running an almost dry brush through. And that just kind of helps it to kind of blend better. So now we've got our fabric collage on the cover, or on the spine. We've got our metal covers. We've broken our book into sections. We've done our photo tinting with acrylic paints. Learned some whimsical adding embellishments to our collage pages, collaging, adding layers of paint, working on some different type. And so now what we have is our book with our sections, and we have our tags. So the fun thing about this book is that instead of journaling in each page is a theme. And your journal pages are your tags, and they slide in between each layer, and you just hang them out the top, such as this, like so. So you just continue filling up. Now see, these, they don't go in between here, they go inside each section of your book. Slide them in, And these are essentially your journal pages. The rest of it is more like an art book. So, you've got your tags sticking out the top, your metal cover, your fabric collage, your whimsical or maybe not so whimsical pages that you've collaged to make your art book. And so this is a really fun project, and I hope you had fun. To personalize, you can just keep on adding things. You know, for this, I'm thinking about maybe putting some rhinestones on the front just to kind of make it a little bit more whimsical, because you know, put little rhinestones with your rust, and I think that could be really cute with some rhinestones in there. You can add words, collage words onto your metal pieces. The sky's the limit. There's so many options to be able to finish this up. So I hope you've enjoyed this class, and I really appreciate you hanging in there and staying with me here. And I'd love to see your finished projects. Just send me an email, send me a picture. I'd love to see them. Have a great day.